I'm going through your resume in the meantime. We can start. We'll start. Hello everyone. Very good afternoon, good evening. My name is Ashok Weta. I'm the host. I'll be the host for this success story of Mr. Dhaya Bharati. Dhaya Bharati has transitioned his career into data science. He's a student of DataMites. Today we are here to learn from his success, probably the tips, his experience, and any advices to the learning community. So I'll start with congratulating Daya. Daya, congratulations.
Okay, sir.
Okay, so we'll start with your profile, Daya. Just introduce yourself, your academics, and related.
I'm a computer science graduate. So after my graduation, I joined my first job as a RPA engineer at a company called VR Bots. So I worked there for about 4 years. And due to personal issues, I have means um, resigned from the job. And actually, previously, when I was working as RP engineer itself, mostly my work was related in data and data manipulation and mostly into pandas. So I thought after my career break, I thought to upskill myself. Then I looked upon data science courses and I arrived at DataMites. So here I had done a certified data science course. And after that, through various job search, at last I finally got placed at BDB.AI. So that's short introduction about me.
Wonderful. So, do you have a programming background? Do you have a bit of
Yes, I'm Python, mostly worked in Python.
your RPA? So obviously Python
RP
is
engineer.
automation.
Yeah.
That part would have been easy for you, right? So I'm curious because RPA itself is a very good field, but of course it is
Yeah.
now getting towards saturation. I understand it, but that's it's a kind of spider between many things, right? You connect different things, take data from one, put it others, more for an automation. Why do you want to switch from RPA to data science? What was your motive?
Like previously, before moving to tech, I had no idea. But after learning about RPA and its capabilities, so I thought on a larger scale, like moving to AI or machine learning will be suitable for my career at long term. So I thought I was curious about data science and then I joined. It's like that. Sir.
Right. So you're saying RPA is not very scalable, isn't it?
No, no, it's not like that.
A lot of big
Uh,
companies are still, I do have, this is some kind of concern of the RPA community. It's not that you're saying, because RPA is always looked as a patch kind of solution, not like a complete solution. Though there are exclusive companies who provide RPA solutions in a very full-fledged manner. Well, of course, data science is quite big, so that's your motive to move towards a larger domain, a more broader domain where you can find a stable, like more potential career, more promising career. Good. So when you decided, how do you start? How do you discover data mites? What was your thought process? What was your expectations?
uh, Actually, it's not something specific. When I started my career, I started at Bangalore. So I thought which were the best institutes in Bangalore. So DataMites came up in top 10. So like that, I just like that.
Oh, so yeah, so you have taken data science course, right?
Yeah, certificate.
I see from your batch ID that you have taken the online course.
I like at first I took the offline. So due to some emergency, I had to move to my town. So in between, I was like
Switch
online.
to online. So
Yeah,
probably they would have
it's online.
shared the latest batch ID, which says online batch. So you join
Yeah,
the classroom and then switch to online.
yes.
Okay, then it gives a more. like I say, ask you a more valid question. How did you feel? How is offline? How is online? What are the differences? Which one you recommend?
Actually, I recommend offline, sir, because I found good trainers like Nishag sir and Priyan sir. So in offline, so I will recommend offline. So it's like getting to meet many people
People
and stuff.
in person. Well, the same trainers also take online. We don't have a different set of people. The people who take offline and online are the same.
Yeah.
But yes, offline, with the same feedback. Now, DataMites is in 14 cities, almost in all the major cities providing offline. There is a huge demand for offline, especially post COVID. Everyone wants to do something in person, isn't it? Okay. So your recommendation is offline. Very good. So explain me about your journey, the learning journey. There are different topics in data science, as you know, Python, statistics, ML, and other advanced data science concepts. Share your experience of learning things, what difficulties you have faced, what challenges you have faced, how did you figure it out?
So the first thing, if I would recommend a roadmap, it will be like first you would start with Python and starts that is the basic, and then mostly on SQL queries also we need to concentrate on. Um, and regarding the challenges I faced is um, like in spite of working on many projects itself, I struggled a bit to get into the job market. So it was a thing. And with my mentor's guidance, as I figured out what projects need to be done, so I figured it.
Okay, from a learning perspective, what did you find challenging? Is it machine learning, statistics,
Um, not like I found deep learning a bit challenging.
which comes at the fag end of your course, isn't it?
Yeah.
Wonderful. So, what are the materials and sources you referred, Daya, in your learning?
The first is LMS provided by DataMites. And also, I have gone through videos of Krishna and also the books given by DataMites. So these were the only materials I referred.
Okay, makes sense. So, YouTube videos. I hope you also use ChatGPT to some extent, isn't it?
Yeah, some,
To
and
some extent.
also some Kaggle tutorials and stuff.
Kaggle is still a very valuable resource. In fact,
Yeah.
very active community out there. Wonderful. So after you finish your phase two, did you clear your mock interview in the first go, or how was your mock interview
No,
score? Yeah. Okay.
actually, I took up almost 6 to 7 attempts to clear.
Whoa.
Yeah,
Seven. Okay, that's the highest number. It's usually two or three. So- okay.
yeah,
What was the learning like? I really appreciate that because keeping that patience and determination for 7 attempts. I know some people, some of the learners, because we have this strict policy of unless you don't cross the job ready score, which includes a mock interview, we will not share your resume to your prospective employers. That is
yeah,
actually making our employers to come back to us because whoever we send already have a certain standards of quality. Right, the hiring rate is very high from us. But on the other side, a lot of people keep on repeatedly request us to, and let us go through it because they are not able to clear for 2 or 3 times. And essentially they demand that, we bypass this. We don't do it, of course, but a lot of people also drop out after 2 or 3 failures. They'll come back, but they'll take a lot of time. So it's really impressive that you have attended 7 mock interviews and cleared the 7. I would like to know how did you keep that perseverance? What are the learnings from your failed mock interviews?
yeah. Actually, the first thing I would like to thank here is about my old CEO, sir. His name is Venkatesh Vaidyanathan. So he only gave me this confidence. Before I was not interested in tech itself. Because of him, I became passionate with tech. And even after leaving my first job, I attended almost like about 120 to 130 interviews. I was not clearing through that. So I think maybe that's the perseverance gave me to proceed further or maybe.
There's something to learn from me as well. Very good. I think that's the most inspiring aspect, because I think you are the best example for the sake that um, essentially the success is nothing but never giving up, isn't it? There is nothing called as
Yeah.
failure. Success is basically never giving up. You are a classic example for it. Wonderful. Okay, so I'm more interested that which areas you improved. Of course, you attended many mock interviews. Which are the areas you have improved during this mock interview phase?
Like mm, the first thing I found myself, which is improving, is like how they think from a corporate perspective and what they expect from the interviews. I think I have figured out that through these many attempts.
Okay, so that's good. From a technical standpoint, what are the things you improved? A lot of people say that in my first interview, I felt I'm not very good in MySQL. Then I, brushed the concept. Some people say I was weak in Python. When someone asked to write something, I could not. So in that line, what are the technical aspects or even the general aspects you have improved?
Yeah.
I'm looking from an experience perspective where others attending this call can also learn something from it.
So it's Python, sir. Actually, fine. I was developing bots using Python before, but still I knew that somewhere I had to improve in Python. So if after each attempt of interview, the programming of Python was refined, sir. So that's the thing. That was
Okay.
an yeah.
Okay. Um, all right. Very good. So after your mock interview done, you will be getting you start getting the real interviews. How many interviews you took for you to crack this one?
Uh, like I got five attempts, sir. So this is my sixth.
Yeah. Okay. This also you have 5 attempts.
Yeah.
So Daya, just share something which is useful for learning community. In the interviews you attended, 5 interviews, what are the things you learned? Like what kind of questions people ask in interviews? What are the things you learned from those?
Okay. Like each of these interviews, it's like domain specific. Uh, like three of them are based on business intelligence. Attending that, I knew that I was not like we need to first on the job description we need to first analyze what they're expecting, and we need to according to that skill set we need to assess ourselves on which level we are and then proceed further with the application. So that in that sense it helps, I think so.
Okay, a proper self-analysis of your skills and the mapping towards the job description is first thing for performing better in the
Yes.
interview. Wonderful. Okay, so what kind of questions people ask? Do they ask more project-oriented questions or concept-oriented question? What's your experience?
Um, from my experience, since already I had like work experience, we were more focused on projects and particularly like plus I done this data science also. We are focused on data science projects and mostly on they're checking if we are doing something in deep learning or LLMs like that.
Okay, so essentially taking the areas where you have worked in the projects and probably deep dive into the project concepts.
Yeah.
So that's a good takeaway, and it's very uh, frequently asked questions in interviews, which actually um, makes a difference between you're successful in interview or not, is projects. So well, they do ask certain concepts to first baseline your knowledge, but the project questions are very important. So especially when you do a live project within DataMites course, if you focus on the projects properly, you execute it properly. And if you do it yourself and also try to do all the variations of the projects, right? So you'll be in a better position to answer it. And also they ask more teamwork related questions. So you normally ask how many members in the project team. I don't know if you got this question, but usually they would like to see whether you worked as a team and then what are the different roles you performed as a team member. Uh, because that's the kind of similar setup you have it in your actual work environment as well. Okay, good. I think we have mostly covered all the concepts. Anything else you want to share, Daya, from let's say there are a lot of people who are attending this or going to also preparing for the interviews. There are many people who are in the PAT services right now, placement services. Any inputs from
Yeah,
your
mostly right from the start of the course, we need to be whatever happens around us, we need to be committed to the course. And there are good trainers in DataMites, mostly everyone. So we need not hesitate to ask them doubts, and like we need to get it cleared on a daily basis, and we need to work on more projects and deep dive into all concepts.
Okay, wonderful. Any inputs to work with placement services? Apparently, you seems to be spending a lot of time with placement services with 7 mock interviews and 5 actual
Yeah,
interviews. So you definitely have a lot of inputs, right? So how was the placement service? How to approach them? Any tips for the people who are currently in the placement services phase that could help them to work with DataMites placement service?
yeah. Regarding the students' perspective, we need to be proactive.
You definitely have.
Sorry,
Sorry, apologies. Go ahead.
yeah, like the students who are attending the course, they need to be proactive on like uh, if one interview gets failed, we should not be discouraged. We should approach the placement team again and again, whatever happens. So that's
And
main.
how supportive is the placement team? What are the different services you got from them? Whom do you interact with?
Like also the relationship manager also matters. She helped me a lot. Even she found there were some flaws in my LinkedIn profile. So she helped me correct the mistakes in my profile and encouraged me to apply to jobs daily. And also, they provided many placements in spite
Okay,
of even failing. Yeah.
wonderful. You mentioned relationship manager. I know who is the relationship manager in DataMites?
Um, uh, my relationship manager was Kushbu.
Is the wonderful
Yeah.
out of it. Thank you, Daya. I think we have got
Thank you.
more information from you. Let's see if we have any questions. So I'll open up the channel for Q&A. So people on this Zoom call, or if you're in LinkedIn or YouTube, you can write them in the comment box. And I request DataMites team to copy paste it over here. So we'll start with the Q&A in the Zoom. Our first question from Arjun. The question is, what excites you the most about your new role as a data engineer?
Hmm.
Daya.
Highly good question. Um, like I told, I became passionate with IT. So that's the thing. Like after a 2 year of long break, getting back into job and again getting to work with tech, it's so exciting daily. Learning new things day by day. So that's the
Okay.
thing.
Okay. Okay. I think that explains it. It's definitely exciting. The next question, how did the mock interviews or the resume preparation sessions help you, Daya?
So the mock interview, at first, even many people are not pointing out any. Like after learning algorithms, I thought that I knew everything. So the first mock interview broke that. You need to learn more.
Okay.
Yes. So that's the main thing. Mock interview helped me refine myself and learn more. That pointed out that I need to learn more. And also resume preparation. Even though with experience, I was not more into my resume was not presentable. So my friends and DataMites, friends in the sense my batchmates and DataMites, both have helped me in resume preparation. And yeah,
That's interesting that you're back.
yeah,
That actually makes more. So community is more powerful than an individual team or a person helping you. So that's an
yeah.
important. Okay, wonderful. Next question: what all main projects that we can mention in our resume? Can you tell me some topics? So what all the main projects that we can mention in your resume? That was a question.
So the I want give a particular topic uh, so the main thing is it should involve something related to LLM and NLP, or else we should showcase we have used every pipeline of data science here. So it should be like fetching from database and processing it, and also it should involve cloud technologies. So it should involve everything. The project should be chosen like that.
Okay, just to add to what Daya has told, what you add in your resume should be relevant for the job you are appearing, the job interview you are appearing. And that is very important. Let's say you are appearing for a job which requires LLM or the language model related things. I'm pretty sure we would have done in the project or in the live projects or whatever. There will be some projects which you have done in the language models. So you only highlight that, explain a little more about it. Because it is not about how many projects you have done or how many topics you have learned. It's about how relevant are you for a particular job. If I'm an interviewer, I'm not really worried about what and all you have done in your learnings and career. I'm worried about what are the things you have done which is relevant for the role I have. So the main suggestion I would give for whatever question in terms of resume in regarding the projects or the structure, or make it relevant for the job description you're applying for. And that actually means that you're creating a resume for every single job you're applying. Of course, there is a standard resume. We keep on fine tuning it for relevant jobs. That is very important. You can't have a template resume, shoot it for a few hundred jobs and expect a call. It never happens like that. You have to fine tune it. Fine tune it. Sometimes you might have done a great project which may not be relevant for it. If you want to mention, you can mention in a one liner slightly below, but highlight the topics at the keep it at the top, highlight it, expand it, which are relevant. Okay. I think this is the last question we have. DataMites team, can you confirm no other questions coming from YouTube or LinkedIn? So this question is, what advice would you give for aspiring data engineers? So as you become a data engineer now, what is your advice?
Before jumping into data engineering, just take a week or two, explore, is this really I want to do? So that's the first thing you need to do. And research more about that, like if we can do or not. Because after jumping to this and deciding in the midway, it's not good. So that's the thing.
Then you have to again take a turn. I have a couple of examples, recent examples, who have taken the job through placement service DataMites. And again, they came back running saying, I don't like this job. So I should appreciate the placement team. They have taken them back, even again, placed them back again to another company in another role.
Okay.
Fortunately, this happened, lucky for that candidate. But sometimes, if you have spent a little more time in a job and then you didn't like it, then you didn't like it, then it becomes a little bit issue with your uh,
Yeah.
switching to other job is not that easy, right? So um, you should know whether you really like it. There are lots of you can ask your mentors, you can ask your own people who have placed through DataMites. There are at least more than 10 data engineers being placed. There are a lot of YouTube reviews, success stories in it. You can get the contact of any of them. You can ask DataMites to get the contact. Talk to them because they'll be working actually. When you talk to them, you get a first-hand feedback and then you decide. So that's a very good advice, Daya. I have a few questions coming here in the chat box. The first question is from Yuvarani. It starts with my heartful thanks for DataMites. Um, you're Daya's mom. Your mom is here. Congratulations, ma'am.
Yeah.
I'm happy that it's the first time I'm seeing parents joining the call. I'm very happy for you, ma'am, as well. I have another question from Henson. Good day, sir. May I ask for a request for? Okay, so he's looking for records. That's fine. And I have a confirmation from DataMites, no questions from YouTube or LinkedIn. So which means we are done. Daya, thank you very much. I appreciate that you have taken time to share your success story, which inspires many people like you. Especially, I appreciate your patience and perseverance of not giving up. Um, I used to be like you, but I think there is something more to learn from you. Having so many learning points and still not giving up. It's a very crucial skill, and the calmness and the patience you have, definitely I'm sure you will reach your career heights. Thank you for sharing that advice. And all the people who are online, I hope this helped you in terms of inspiring you with some data points, with some tips and advices. If you have any further questions, you can directly reach Daya and you can get the details from the DataMites. If you want to reach me, you can type in Ashok Veda. You'll find my LinkedIn profile. Feel free to contact me. So with that, thank you very much all. Thank you, Daya.
Sure.
Okay. Wish you all a good weekend. Bye-bye.